Looks like we lost our camera feed.
Yeah, got the slide, but Don will fix it.
I don't know if Don's with us. Let me text him.
He signed on.
Don, are you with us?
Ah, here it comes. The audio is not picking up. They're trying to get the mic working.
Okay. I like this play-by-play. Thanks, Paul.
There you go.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. There we are.
Hey! Haven't done that in a while. Okay, so we are going to start with our prayer and pledge. But first of all, Rotary opens opportunities to do more and to grow more. Prayer, Nancy Whitman.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing together the like-minded servant leaders of this club and showing us the way to fill not only our local but global needs. God, we thank you for bestowing this club and its members with the gifts they bring to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace. God, we ask that you give all those the strength and guidance they need during difficult times, especially the family of Blake Tidwell. God, we ask that you will go with each of us today and help us bring forth good fruit for your kingdom. In Jesus' name, amen.
And for those who don't know, yeah, definitely prayers for the Tidwell family as Blake passed away. And we'll go forward with the pledge. We have a flag. Oh, yes, we have a flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United
States of America.
and to
To the republic
for which it
for which
stands,
stands
one nation,
one nation.
God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And while we're standing, we'll do the fourth test of the things we think, say, or do first.
Is it the truth?
Second.
Is it fair to all concerned?
Third.
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
And fourth.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
You may be seated. We've
Well-
got attendance.
Jason, who do we have there?
All right, highlight of the morning. We have 8 esteemed Rotarians online, plus 1 more. We have 23 folks here, and that includes our speaker today from the Pottery Barn and his 2 henchmen. And then we have Dave, you've got a couple guests with you. Would you introduce them, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Now I guess we'll hear a little bit about the golf scramble. Bill Taylor, can you share with us information about the goodie bags?
So we have several things going on with the golf scramble. It is going to be October the 27th. There's still room for teams and hole sponsors and corporate sponsors if you'd like to be part of that. Now the goodie bags, we need 120 items, so we'll have 120 goodie bags. We will be putting those together Monday, October the 25th at the Old Fort Golf Course at 4:30 p.m. So we need about 4 or 5 folks to join us on that. That's another volunteer opportunity. So, but if you're a corporate person or have some giveaways that you'd like to put in those bags, please just contact me and I'll be glad to get those situated, or bring them here on the morning and we can get those squared away too. So that's what we have. But anyway, the golf tournament is available and going strong and very appropriate. Blake Tidwell brought this to us. many years ago. And he was a yeoman to get this started. And we've raised over $250,000 for the Tennessee for the Blind Foundation. And so we just want to lift up the Tidwell family this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Brooks, Foundation football is always on everyone's mind. Give us a report.
Okay, so Foundation football, we are well into the season and we have a few winners already starting to come out here with Judy Powell. She rigs this thing. I really think she does. And followed up in the top 5 by Brad Menken, Faye Johnson, Jean Marie Hill, and Lori Williams. In the bottom 5, come on, let's be honest, these guys need to be celebrated. Tom Sizemore is bringing up the best of the worst at $14.70. I think he really has something against the Rotary Foundation. Phil Barnett is right on his heels, though, and I have a feeling looking at their teams, this is going to be the way it is for the rest of the year. So, yeah, let's give participation awards for everybody here and a round of applause for how well they're doing. Yeah. And also, just because it is what it is, we may be working on a new award for Steve Dix and anybody else who's supporting Vanderbilt football this year. It's the commiseration award.
Okay.
Sorry, Steve.
That's okay. I'm kind of glad Barnett and Sizemore are at the bottom because we all know they're on fixed incomes.
Nice. Yeah. So we'll keep this up for another couple of months. You'll see my face then. So I think I've got the next one too.
You do.
Here.
Purple Pinky Donuts.
You know, one of the great things about Rotary is that they're always asking for our money in some way. And here's another way to do it, but this one actually is more sweet because we get to participate in the Purple Pinky thing with Dunkin' Donuts. So this is, if you haven't had one of these Purple Pinky donuts, they are absolutely amazing. All the money is, this is a specific thing for End Polio Now, which is of course Rotary Foundation's primary mission. When you make a $2.50 donation to End Polio Now, you will get a free Purple Pinky donut through the generous matching funds. Each $2.50 donation becomes $18.75. So this is one of those, not just a match, but it's a match plus, and it's a really great opportunity to do this. We'll put some more stuff in the connector. I don't really have a lot of time today to go into it, but this is just another way. Of course, you do get Paul Harris points if that's your motivation. But let me know. And I said that I would have some stuff on your tables today. I forgot. So just email me if you're interested in ordering some and we will do that. Okay. Bye.
And the deadline is October the 13th for ordering the donuts, right, Brooks? Okay. Nancy, I understand you have an opportunity for volunteering about the special kids race coming up. Nancy Whitman.
Thank you. So Special Kids is doing a race, fun run, walk on October 30th. We're looking for volunteers, or if you want to register and sign up and join us, we have 3,000 people that participate. We have a lot of families. We have a family fun zone. It's just a lot of fun. It starts at 7 a.m. So if you're interested in either volunteering, you want to have a team, or you want to register and you want to run and try to get an award, you can email me at annwhitman@specialkidstn.com. Love to have you participate. Thank you.
Thank you. Looks like a worthy cause. I may have to join you guys on that one. Jean Marie has the next two announcements. Jean Marie, we're hungry, so we're thinking about food. Why don't you share with us the message about the Good Children's event?
Good morning, everyone. We have a longstanding relationship with Good Shepherd Children's Home, and we do an annual Christmas party out there. And they, in their newsletter, Dawn sent me the newsletter a couple months ago. They have some ongoing pantry needs with the kids being home so much this past year. And so just weekly, we're going to have kind of a different item each week. You can bring it to the meeting. Bill Taylor has offered his office also as a drop-off location. And so this week, between now and then, you can bring kids-friendly cereal and Pop-Tarts, either to REI or to the meeting next week. And then each week in the connector, we'll have a different item that's kind of on their most needed list, their most wanted list for the pantry, for the kids at Good Shepherd. And then the next announcement. There we go. The District 6780 Golf Scramble. It's going to be next April, April 22nd, I believe, at Indian Hills Golf Club. And our club is going to volunteer. We need just a couple. We need 4 to help set up signs in the morning from 9:30 to 12:30, and then 9 hole watchers, because golfers are such an honest bunch. There's different prizes, different awards for I don't golf, but holes in one and such. And so somebody to verify those kinds of things. And so if you're interested, you can get with me here at the meeting, or my email is up there, gmarie.hill.rn@gmail.com. And that is not the correct phone number, 456-2523, but you can catch me here. And that's it. I just want to say that Blake Tidwell was my friend for decades and never missed an opportunity to show me kindness and hope. And so keeping the Tidwells and the Halliburtons in our prayers.
Thank you, Jean Marie. I ditto that. Well, we have another opportunity coming up on November the 6th. Jim Batchelor honored his friend Jim Johnson by hosting Jerry's team every year. Jim Batchelor is going to be my co-chair on the back end, and he's going to be passing around a hat every week. I kicked off the team by a $100 donation yesterday, and I'm sending a link with more information in the connector to donate or how to join the team. So we've got it started, Jerry's team. And before we end and go to the program, September has been a month of mourning for our entire club, so continue to lift each other up in your prayers. At this point, I'm going to turn the meeting back over to our program with the introduction of our speaker by John Hosite.
Hey, everyone. So speaking today is Jason. He's the CEO for Old Time Pottery. He's got a long history of executive leadership at companies like Walmart, Amazon, Gap, Intel, and many others. So he works at the headquarters here in Murfreesboro. His degree he received from Harvard University, and I'm looking forward to hear more about what he's doing in the community as well. So Jason, if you want to step up to the microphone.
Can you guys hear me? Great. So first of all, thank you so much for that warm introduction, John. My name is Jason Schmidt. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Old Time Pottery. Now, we are not as cool as the Pottery Barn, but we are based right here in Murfreesboro, and we have been for the last 35 years. So I wanted to thank the Murfreesboro Rotary Club for inviting me to speak today about what has got to be my favorite topic, Old Time Pottery, and the positive impact that we're trying to have here in Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. So let's see, how many of you have either heard of Old Time Pottery or visited our Murfreesboro store in River Rock? Oh, good. It looks like most everyone. For the couple who haven't heard of us, I will bet that your wife and their credit card certainly have. So let me tell you a little bit about myself and how I ended up in Middle Tennessee a little over 2 years ago, as it relates very closely to what we are trying to do at Old Time Pottery right now. I grew up from humble roots in rural Mississippi to a farm family and I absolutely worshiped my grandparents. My grandfather worked 31 back-breaking years on the assembly line at American Motors, and he used every penny that he saved to care for my paraplegic grandmother who couldn't work. They didn't have much, but they had their values: hard work, humility, honesty. Without the support of their family and community, they quite frankly couldn't have made it. They believed that it was very much one's duty as a Christian to routinely give back to your community, and they instilled that belief in me. My grandmother passed in 1999, and my grandfather was quite ill by late 2018. And I knew that I would never forgive myself if I didn't move closer to him in his waning days. So I took a big gamble, packed up the truck with my husband, and we moved to Murfreesboro. They had a company that was once beloved by customers, but by then, quite frankly, was in serious financial trouble. The Peterson family had successfully built Old Time Pottery over nearly 30 years before they sold it to private equity in 2014. And the concept they had was very simple: to provide the broadest assortment of home decor product at a great value for middle-class customers like my family. Everything from furniture and rugs to wall decor and dinnerware to patio furniture and, of course, pottery. Over time, the company grew from one little store over on River Rock to 39 stores spread across 11 states in the Midwest and Southeast, with over 1,000 employees gainfully employed within the company, over 125 of which are right here in Murfreesboro. But in all that growth, the company had started to lose its way. Our motto when I joined was "the place for heart and home," but no one, including my predecessor as CEO who came up with that phrase, could actually tell you what it meant. Far too many of our customers who used to beam with joy in our stores now just turned around and left empty-handed. The pandemic hit Old Time Pottery just over 6 months after I'd taken the helm as CEO. We were forced to close nearly a third of our stores by government mandates, and our traffic slowed to a crawl at the ones that were left open. We had a serious debate at the time about whether we would close all of our stores, but we couldn't financially afford to do so, or we might not be able to reopen. And I knew that the hopes and dreams of 1,000 working class families like mine were on the line in that moment. To survive as a company, we had no choice, and it was the hardest decision I've ever made as a CEO, to furlough nearly 75% of our workers for 6 weeks. Now, we could have chosen to leave them to fend for themselves, but we made a very different decision. Instead, leading the charge, our management team called executives and CEOs at Tractor Supply, Walmart, Dollar General, and Kroger, who all needed essential workers then, and we ensured that each one of our employees had a temporary job before we sent them out on furlough. For the ones who chose not to take a job but instead take an unemployment, we had our entire team spend the first 2 days after the furloughs calling each and every one of those employees, working with them on their laptops to apply for unemployment benefits. Because fundamentally, I have always judged a corporate culture by how it supports its team members in their hour of need, and that moment was on us as a company. I'm very happy to report that 6 to 8 weeks later, those employees came back and we were back in business. What was most fascinating to me as a CEO and a humbling lesson was that the seeds that were planted in that moment of crisis blossomed in our team members in ways that I, quite frankly, could have never imagined. As our team started to focus on what we could give back to the community rather than what we got from the community. One of our team members suggested that we make masks as we had excess fabric and ribbon in our stores, while another one smartly suggested that we provide store space for customers to sew masks while they remain socially distanced because we have plenty of space. The next thing we knew, we had built a partnership with Middle Tennessee-based Singer Sewing Machine, Team Gleason from New Orleans, which focuses generally on ALS, and Project Run 14, which is David Price's organization, to provide sewing machines that hundreds of customers and team members were using to produce thousands of masks that we donated to hospitals in New Orleans and New York that were overloaded with COVID-19 cases. We learned from each other, and new leaders emerged across the team. Most importantly, we began to build a real place for heart and home precisely when we weren't looking. A store team member had the best idea of them all. Partner with our customers to donate bins filled with our home decor to local senior living facilities and ask those residents to in turn write gift cards to hospitalized COVID-19 patients. I personally love the idea of brightening the lives of COVID patients and seniors while helping them feel a sense of purpose and connection at a time of extreme isolation for them. Big Hearted Bins became our first major community engagement program in years probably in the entire 35 years we've been there as a company. And those efforts have generated over $1 million in donations over the last 12 months. And we've subsequently expanded our Big Hearted Bins program to cover local domestic violence shelters as well. That's fun for me to talk about. Unfortunately, my team can't all be here with you today, but I have a special message from them that I'd love to have you hear. Well, unfortunately, it's better when we get the whole, there we go. The tech. We'll pop out of it. So, Big Hearted Bins program has also spurred other community engagement efforts at Old Time Pottery, including working with the United Way of Rutherford and Cannon counties, on which I'm a board member, collecting items for their Stuff the Bus school supplies campaign and Hometown Huddle food drives. Our commitment to the community also extends back to our employees as well, as we're partnering with Redstone Federal Credit Union to teach financial literacy courses for all of our employees in the headquarters, in our distribution center, and in all 39 of our stores. Our corporate values of humility, integrity, and passion by giving back to our community, we noticed something incredible had been quietly happening over the last year. More new and old customers have been hearing about our efforts and coming into or back into Old Time Pottery. Those customers fueled a 2020 financial performance that shattered, and I do mean shattered, every Old Time Pottery record. We are well on track to break that 2020 record again in 2021. As my grandparents always taught me, the only way to truly do well is by doing good. It took a global pandemic for us to reset Old Time Pottery and learn the true meaning of that statement. We feel so fortunate to be a proud part of what makes Murfreesboro and Rutherford counties such wonderful communities in which to live, and we look forward to continuing our commitment to community impact for the next 35 years.
That was an incredible story. Thank you for what you guys have done with Old Time Pottery. As you said, it's always been a favorite, but now it's becoming a new favorite. Great job. Questions? They're online or here in the room. We have a question right here.
We have a lot of great speakers that know their stuff and have great stories to tell, but this one's been just a solid story of service, and you can tell how much that means to us. So glad to have you here today and hear that story.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So I have to put the one PSA in for those of you who are home decor folks. All of our fall, unlike most of our competitors, we actually have all of our fall and Halloween product out, and most of our Christmas product is already on the shelves. So I would encourage you to go out over to River Rock and check it out. So
thank you very much. I'm glad you said that, but my wife was not here to hear that. So we're good. We are good. So next week, we have an offsite. We're going to be in kind of good time. We're going to be at Bell Jewelers. Well, let's honor Greg Tidwell and then go on site to the actual jewelry store because we've got lots of things to buy for. Christmas is around the corner. Get the home decor over here and get the bling over there. All right, so that is next week, so we won't be here. We're going to be where? Back away from the microphone. So we're not going to be here. We're going to be where? See? So we're going to dismiss final line. See, it has been a while since I've been doing this. So in Rotary, service is a rent we pay for being on earth. Let us serve to save lives. We are dismissed. You are welcome to hang around and talk with our guest as well.
John, thank you for bringing Jason today. Riley, glad to see you back. I was successful at setting up the Jerry's team, so we're full steam ahead on that. Eloise,
Very good.
I can't see you, Eloise. Hey, Riley, are you back in town?
I am. Yeah. Yep. We got back a few days ago.
Okay. Next week we should do coffee.
That sounds great.
Okay. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day. Oh, you're welcome.
You too.
Eloise, are you doing okay today? You're muted. And Jack, I was glad you were able to come today.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay. Well, dear, I will try to catch up with you a little bit later, and because I did have some questions about the Good Shepherd's Children's Home Christmas party, so I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, that's it. Don, have a good day. I'm going to shut off. Have a good day.